Back at it again on the Jeep. Welcome back to Elena RestoMod. Today, we're going to go ahead and change out the hubs. On the driver's side, I got a serious squeak. Now, I've jacked it up and I've rotated the tire and the squeak goes away. When I got load on it, the squeak's there. It's not when I'm braking, it's just when I'm driving. So I'm pretty sure the hub's going bad. So we're going to go ahead and change out the hubs today. And my rule of thumb, if you do one side, you do the other. I don't know. Here are the new hubs. I went ahead and got these from 1AAuto.com. They were actually the cheapest out there. That's why I went with them. They had good price, and I kind of researched a little bit, and it not really bad reviews at all. So I went ahead and went with it. Comes a little sheet and has your model on there. Actually, the axle nut is all 175 foot-pounds for any of the Jeeps listed on here. So anyways, so what we're going to do, I went ahead and blocked the back tires because we're on a little bit of a hill. We're going to go ahead and loosen up the lug nuts, the axle nut, and then we're going to jack it up, put it on stands, and then finish the tires off. And we'll start over here and replace this one. And it's a little rainy out, so it's not going to slow us down. Hey, real quick, here's the sockets you're going to need. You're going to need a 13 millimeter 12 point. There's a nut on the back or a bolt on the back that requires a 12 point. And the rest of them could be 6 point, 13 millimeter. That's going to be your hub, bolts, and caliper. Not knowing which one that is. I can't remember. It's been a while. And then you got your lug nuts, which are 19 millimeter. And the axle nut is 36 millimeter. So just a heads up. I just checked the lug nuts, and it's actually 21 millimeter for your lug nuts on your wheels. Or actually on mine. I don't know about yours, but mine's 21 millimeters. Came up real easy. It's not off. I just loosened it up, and these are all loose. I don't know what this is called, but I only have one set to replace this. So the other side, I got to keep this, and replace this. You never use the cotter pin. Reuse the old one. Always use new. All right. So we're gonna get rid of that. But you have this. It's like a spring. Tensioner, whatever. It goes underneath this, over the nut. So we'll clean this up and then reuse it on the other side. So right now we're going to jack it up and put it on stands. All right, next we got to take out the brake caliper. There's 2 bolts on the back. There should be 2 bolts. And then we'll be able to pop it up. We'll have to get a little screwdriver, pry bar, prop it up. And then I got a hanger hanging here to keep it out of the way. Now, I thought they were 13 on the back side, but actually this top one is 12. And then this one down here is 13. Weird. But we can work with weird. So let me take that off and be right back. All right, your rotor, you don't want to touch right here. And when you take it off, make it sure you put it on a surface so this is touching the surface. You don't want anything touching the rotor. Like I got my fingerprint right there. This would be a good time to inspect your brakes. My brakes look good, the rotor looks good. No, your ball joints, you can go ahead and grease those. Now remember we took the big nut off, there's a washer in here. If I can get this magnet in there. There we go. One washer. Using the 12-point 13 millimeter, go ahead and loosen the 3 bolts in the back. You're not going to see all of them, but there's one right there. Hey, one thing real quick. This is the end of the bolt that holds on the hub. You can take something to scrape all that gunk off, because as soon as you start unscrewing this, all that stuff's going inside. And it might be easier to clean it off and then come out a little easier. A lot of grease, grime. You get the point. Here are the bolts. This one's pretty rusty right here. When I put the other bolt, I bought new bolts. I'm gonna go ahead and use those. I'm gonna put anti-seize on there. This one's pretty rusted out. Focus, there it is. The other one's not bad, but I'm gonna go put anti-seize on there. So there's the hub we have to remove. Nothing holding it in, but small hammer. We'll take care of that. But I seen a couple guys do it. They knock the front right here just to loosen the spines from the hub, I guess. And they're removed. And now the hub should come right off. Okay, I cleaned everything up, especially around here, because the new hub is going to slide in right here, all the way around. Not all the way in. It's just going to take up about right where my finger is. So I'm going to put anti-seize in there, and I'm going to go spines on the shaft. I went ahead and greased up the ball joint, and the knuckle isn't moving at all, so I was really tugging on it. And then we're going to go ahead and grease up all the little points the brake caliper touches, so you know, cut down on the squeaking. And the brake pads are good and the rotor's good, so we'll go ahead and put everything back together. Well, if you didn't notice, I broke one of the caliper bolts. I was torquing it down to 20 foot-pounds, which is required, and it just snapped off. It's like, oh, darn it. I did not say go darn it. I said GM Chrysler, what the heck? But AutoZone has a set for me. They're holding it. So when my wife gets home, Mrs. Alien, I'm going to go get it and finish up. Anyways, the cool thing is I can go ahead and do the other side. So I'm going to finish up the other side, and then when I get the other bolts, I'll finish up this video. All right, we're at the point on the other side where the other bolt broke. Okay, up to this point, we got the hub on. The hub bolts on the back are torqued down to 75 foot-pounds. Caliper bolts are supposed to be 20 foot-pounds, but I just tightened them down really snug. All the points where it might squeak on the caliper and the brake and everything, I went ahead and put grease so we won't have that squeaky thing. I went ahead and greased the ball joints because it's there and it's easy to access, and they didn't take that much. So the first thing we're going to put on is this big washer. It kind of has a flat side, so the flat side's going to go in this way. The bevel side is pointing out. Stick that on. Same with the nut. There's a flat side, and then there's a side that has a bevel. You can see it right there. So the flat side goes toward the axle, and you know, if you for some reason you can't get it on, twist it like you're twisting it off, and then go right, and the threads line up. This is 175 foot-pounds. We're going to do that with the wheel attached. Now we're going to put this on. Now remember, this is from the this is the old one. This kit that I bought does not come with this, so you got to retain this and use it. All it does is fit over it. Put this over it. Make sure you got to line it up so you can put your cotter pin there. Slide it in. Turn it sideways, and then split it. One side goes that way and the other side goes the other way. There you go. All right, that is complete. Well, this side. The other side is not. Got to wait on that one bolt. But this is all I got for today, so I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.